Welcome to Africa Unfiltered, where we strip away the noise, speak uncomfortable truths, and reimagine Africa's place in the world. I'm your host, Kuya.
And I'm Kevin. Excited to unpack today's powerful topic. So queer. Mindsets.
Today we're asking, what do we as African people need to change in our mentality to truly compete on the global stage? Because until the mind is free, the body follows orders it did not choose. Let's be blunt. Many Africans, whether they know it or not, carry a deep belief that the West is better. We trust Western brands. We value Western accents. We respect Western institutions. But when it comes to our own creators, our own thinkers, and our own builders, we hesitate.
That mindset didn't just appear overnight, unfortunately. It's the result of centuries of colonization and cultural erasure. Missionaries told us our traditions were evil. Schools told us our languages were dumb. The system told us success meant looking, sounding, and behaving like Europeans.
And that lie still echoes today. It's why a kid in Lagos might dream of being the next Drake, but not the next Dangote. But let's flip the lens. What happens when that mindset changes? What happens when we start to believe we belong at the top?
The truth is, Africa doesn't need saviors. We need belief. I believe that we are not inferior, not second class, but equal in potential, intelligence, and innovation are probably even better than the rest of them.
And Europe didn't dominate because they were smarter. They dominated because they believed they deserved to, and then built institutions, armies, and economies to prove it. They're not the enemy. We are our biggest enemy.
So imagine if we believed the same. What if our youth stopped trying to escape Africa, dying in the Mediterranean, and started building within it? What if our leaders stopped begging for aid and started demanding for fair trade and actually managing whatever they have rather than pilfering it?
The belief has to start with the everyday African. Because if we're waiting for somebody to hand us confidence, we'll be waiting forever. Just like with the aid, we've been getting aid forever, and yet we're not in a better place. So you have to seek for that confidence deep within and believe you are enough, because you are.
Indeed. And mindset sounds great in theory, but think about it. How do we shift it in practice? What does that actually look like?
Let's break down 5 key mindset shifts that every African needs right now. And we practice this on an everyday basis. Number 1, from dependence to ownership. Don't just use technology, build it. Don't just lease infrastructure, design it. We're in the age of AI. I believe that is the great equalizer. We need to utilize and harness that power to leapfrog from where we are.
And from victimhood to power, acknowledge the past for sure, but don't delve in it. Don't live in it. Power begins when we act.
Number 3, from competition to unity. Ghana is not Nigeria's enemy. Kenya isn't competing with Tanzania. We rise together.
Sure. And also, the fourth one I would say is think long term. So let's do have a paradigm shift from thinking, day to day or month to month to thinking long term, years, 5-year plans, 20-year plans, 30-year plans, 100-year plans. Let's get into the habit of thinking like this from a micro level, from a personal level.
And lastly, from emulation to innovation. Stop copying others. Start solving problems our way. And that is something that ingenuity would bring so much growth to Africa. We need $1 trillion company in Africa. And so, again, how do we get there, guys? Practice those things on an everyday basis. You can rewind the video and just listen to those 5 things and try and do those in your own life today.
Absolutely. And we've got to shift our language too. Stop self talking into, oh, I'm African. I just can't do that. I'm African. Stop believing that, oh, your country can't do that because, you're just African. Start believing in yourself, like really, really seriously believing that you can because you can. Start saying, for example, that, we are building, we are doing this. We stay positive, do positive affirmations.
So, how do we live this every day? Not just on podcasts or panels, but in our actions. Here are things every African can do right now. So this podcast has been about dropping gems about actions, call to action, call to action. Number 1, supporting African businesses. Choose local and buy intentionally.
Indeed, and challenge inferior thinking as well. If someone says Africans can't do that, or that person just got hired because they are African, challenge these ideologies. Ask why not. Because this is what happens when you truly believe in your capacity as a people. You challenge it.
And the third one is a huge one. Mentor the youth. Africa is the youngest continent with an average age of, I believe, 24 or 25 years old. Show them they are creators, not just consumers. Imagine we don't have an anime studio in Africa. Why is that? We have no capabilities for it. Why is that?
Indeed, it's a kind of a shame, really, because we can do all these things, and also let's just demand excellence, demand excellence from yourself, from your leaders, from your families, from systems, everybody, because the more you demand for better, the more you demand for excellence, the more you're gonna get it.
And lastly, learn our history. It is a rich and long history because if we don't know it, we'll keep repeating it.
Yes, and don't just post, build, on land, start businesses, create platforms. Let your confidence show up in real action.
Africa will not rise with a borrowed mindset. We must believe in our supremacy, not to dominate others, but to rise with pride, purpose, and power.
Yes, and because, think about it. If we do not believe we belong, who will? It starts with us. You really, really seriously have to look deep inside yourself and have this very, very strong belief that, you can do it. You believe you're better, you're good, you're beautiful, you're intelligent. All those positive things that you've ever seen or admired. Tell yourself these things.
Wonderful episode, man. Thank you so much for joining us on Africa Unfiltered. Subscribe, leave a comment, and tell us what mindset shift do you believe Africa needs the most? Until next time, stay unshaken, stay grounded, and stay building the Africa we deserve together. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.